tickets.
Padres baseball is presented by Petco, official partner of the San Diego Padres. By Mercury Insurance, smart insurance for smart people. By your Lexus dealers in Carlsbad, El Cajon, Escondido, and San Diego, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today. By UC San Diego Health, the official healthcare provider of the San Diego Padres. A big day yesterday for Fernando, getting that first home run out of the way. Relieved, I would say, is the word that I would point to.
The smiles were ear to ear, not only Fernando but his teammates. It was really good to see. Hopefully, many more to come.
Well, the Nats are taking the field today. As Fernando in the top spot of the Padres order, which we will check out here. The Padres lineup is brought to you by UC San Diego Health. Fernando in that top spot with Gavin Sheets, the DH, Manny Machado at third base with Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. Jackson Merrill's in center. Ty France at first with Nick Castellanos in left. Sung Moon Song getting a start at second base. He bats eighth. And Freddie Fermin out of the ninth spot for San Diego. Zach Littell, the former San Francisco Giant, on the mound today for the Nats.
Yeah, he's been around quite a while, since 2018. He's been a Twin, a Giant, as Don mentioned, a Red Sox, a Ray, a Red. Games 11, starts 7. This is 8. Trying to better that record to 5-4. The high ERA, 53 innings. This guy threw over 185 innings last year, and opponents hitting 269 off of Zach Littell.
Let's take a look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud.
It's all about switching it up and adjustments. Look on the left there, March and April. You see the slider, four-seamer splitter? Now looking on the right, month of May, four-seamer slider splitter. More usage of the four-seamer, attacking hitters. He's not going to light up the radar gun, but he trusts that fastball. And look at the difference in the ERAs. 7.85 March and April, as opposed to the month of May, the merry, merry month of May, 2.19.
Time for the Sequat Casino Resort Scouter Report.
He's a strike thrower. This guy knows how to throw strikes, quality strikes, stuff is light. He knows how to pitch. He's not a rock thrower. He's got a really good idea out there. Any pitch, any count. And stepping up to the plate is the guy with his first home run yesterday, Fernando Tatis Jr. Stepping up to the mic with the play-by-play, the voice of the Padres, Don Orsillo. Donnie?
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go. Game 3 of this 3-game series from Washington, D.C. And Fernando swings at the first pitch, grounding it to short. C.J. Abrams, the former Padre, throws across for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the first inning.
Zach Littell is on pace to throw 27 pitches today.
That would be amazing.
Oh, wouldn't it?
Well, not a cloud in the sky. We really lucked out in this 3-game series in Washington, D.C.
Donnie, we hit the lottery. It has been absolutely gorgeous here in Washington, D.C.
I have to say that I've never been here without some form of precipitation or some
overcast
skies. Overcast skies at the very least.
Yeah.
But we've had nothing but blue skies and very few clouds.
Very lucky.
And very comfortable conditions as well. Not too humid. Popped up left side. They're battling the sun. And it'll be the third baseman, Meade, steps onto the outfield lawn for out number 2. Well, May has been much different for Zach Littell.
We talked about the pitches thrown March and April as opposed to May. Look at the innings. Okay, fewer in May. The ERA, significant. The whip, oh my goodness gracious, not a lot of traffic. The opponent's average, I think it's location of the fastball and trusting the fastball. There's one right there. Now, they're not going to be taking every time for that strike for a fastball, but he trusts it, and locating that fastball is very, very key for Littell, hence the good numbers.
And Machado batting with 2 down here, and the base is empty in the first inning. One of the brown tops today.
I like these costumes they're wearing today.
I do too. Chop left side to short, and Abrams has got it. He'll throw out Machado. It's a 1-2-3 first inning for Littell. The Nats are coming up. Padres don't score in the top of the first. Nats coming up in the bottom of the first. The Nationals lineup is brought to you by Appliance Alley. James Wood at the top of that order in right field with Garcia at first base, Meade at third, Abrams at short with Lyle in left. Young is the center fielder, Tana the DH with Vivas at second base, and Ruiz back doing the catching as he did in game 1 of the series. Griffin Canning on the mound today for San Diego.
Making his sixth start, looking for that first win as a Padre, the high ERA, trying to bring her down. The one thing that sticks out here, more strikeouts than innings pitched. There's a swing and miss there for Griffin Canning.
James Wood, who does not have a home run in the series, comes in with 15. 37 runs batted in, a .271 average. It grounds it foul into the Nats dugout. They're housed on the first base side at Nationals Park.
Talk about the outs. It's all about getting outs. Last start against the Philadelphia Phillies, 20 of them. Boy, that was quick.
Things happen fast.
I think we could look at that again. There we go. There's the slider. 6 of them. He had a lot in the toolbox that he was working with. He had a couple of double plays working to his advantage as well. Talked to Craig Stammen before Griffin's last start. And the skipper, the Dayton Flyers, said, we want him to be more aggressive early in the count. Hey, up to 2 strikes. Get that grounder. Get that weak fly ball. He's got swing and miss stuff, but wait until 2 strikes. And sometimes I think Griffin has a chance, like we just saw right there, a tendency, I should say, to overthrow.
Let's look at the Padres defense presented by Valley View Casino. Left to right of the outfield, Castellanos, Merrill, and Tatis Jr. Third to first. Machado, Bogart, Song, and France with Fermin doing the catching for Canning. And leadoff walk for James Wood, and that takes us to Luis Garcia Jr. Not a huge lead there for Wood at first base, held on by France. And the pitch in there for strike to Garcia. So yeah, Griffin Canning looking for that elusive first win in a Padres uniform. 0-3 coming into his 6th start of the year. Ground ball right side. Song will go to second for 1, back to first for 2. Double play. Nicely done. Erases that leadoff walk on the 4-6-3 twin killing.
Well, the one thing that sticks out to me on that play was Song at second base. Watch him spin and throw on this grounder. Get it? Spin, throw. Nice. Snap throw, something on it to get him on the back end. Perfectly executed.
There's another look at the Mool Casino double play. 2 down in the inning for Curtis Mead.
That was like listening to a sweet melody, a sweet song with Sung Moon at second base. See where I went there, Don?
I did. Curtis Mead lifts one down the right field line, headed foul. And into the box seats. He'd 250 with 8 homers and 25 runs batted in. To third, and to his left is Machado, who spins and fires and gets him. Nice play by Manny. Rangy as always. Done with 1 without a score. We come back to start the 2nd inning. Maybe Bogey will go boom.
Hot blast at the ballpark.
Your thoughts when it was going and then you're going around the bases?
And I just knew right away, and it's about time, and then I'm just happy and disappointed at the same time, but we got to keep going forward. There's no off days over here, man. Still, this game will find a way how to still punish you. So.
That's Fernando Tatis Jr. talking about the home run that he hit yesterday, guys. And you can tell some mixed emotions. On the one hand, obviously relieved and excited to get that first home run under his belt, but at the same time very frustrated with the outcome of the game and the inability to really celebrate with his teammates afterwards. He also made a comment there at the end talking about how this game is so difficult, and it will humble you. It'll put you in a place where you're frustrated, and he was really talking more about the team than himself in that situation. But as you guys know, there's 2 types of players, aren't there? There's those that are humble and those that are about to be. But good to see Fernando Tatis Jr. finally get number 1 under his belt, and hopefully next time he can celebrate with the team after the ball game and a win also, guys.
Yeah, that was the tough part of it, is the way the game ended too, and the disappointment part of it, as he was talking about, down to third, and Mead on the run in time to get Bogarts for the first out here of the 2nd inning. 3 ground ball outs to the first 4 hitters. But yeah, no question. I mean, it was getting to be a daily thing for him. It was wearing on him. You could see it.
No question. Absolutely. This game will humble you physically demanding, but between the ears, it will beat you up. I mean, yeah, the aches and pains, everybody has them. And when you're going well in this game, it's fun.
That's great, but you can't get too high on it.
No, you
this
can't.
Game will humble you right away.
Absolutely, very quickly.
So, but it is out of the way. That's a big thing, and it wasn't a cheapie by any means.
No,
into the wind.
Yeah,
51. There's a bunt bid fouled off to the left out of play by Jackson Merrill. Jackson with a 2-run shot in the first game of this 3-game series.
Yeah, but there's been some pop, right? And hopefully they spread it around this afternoon. It would really be nice to win 2 out of 3 in this series in Washington. Take the series before heading to Philly.
Merrill with a swing and a miss, and there's the first strikeout for Littell.
You can tell that Zach Littell likes to go after these hitters, and he will elevate, he will locate that fastball. That's at 92. That's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Just goes to show you don't need to light up the radar guns at 100. He's got the sweet beard, too. Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, he's always had that.
Yeah. Straight out of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, that's solid. Love Yukon Cornelius.
Ty France lifting one foul off to the right out of play. Score a free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box after a Padres home run with the purchase of a large drink.
Ty's got that pop to all fields. This might be a good matchup with that fastball. It's pretty straight as well.
Mixed in a sweeper there. It's only at 79, and where's the pitch come on his hip like Michael King. On the ground towards short, C.J. Abrams plants and throws for out number 3. Inning and a half done. We're scoreless from our nation's capital.
Padres.
The hitters are good, right? So if you're going through a lineup and you're showing them your 2 best pitches a lot, they're going to make adjustments. So I think just going into a game is being able to give them different looks with different pitches, to be able to get to your best pitches has been a trend around the league that I think is working.
Yeah. That's Griffin Canning talking about the changes that he's made in his repertoire coming into this season, guys. And it's interesting because he was coming off the best season of his career last year, and you would think, well, if it's not broken, why fix it? Well, because he wants to get better. Specifically using the sinker more this year, the changeup and the sweeper, which is really a new pitch for him. And he said, you know what? Sometimes it's circumstantial, right? It depends on the lineup that he's facing and how he's feeling on a certain day, but some of it is definitely by design. And here you can see the increase in the sinker use up by 12%, and the sweeper down there at the bottom, which he didn't use at all last year. He's using it 4% this season. Changeup, it's been a good pitch already this game, guys. Got the ground ball double play with it and the final out of the inning. Let's see how he continues to use these weapons over the course of this ball game down in Mud.
Scan, I noticed you talking to him for quite a while the other day, first day in here at the ballpark, and I'm curious to what his thoughts have been about not being able to get that first one and not getting back to where he was and all the success he enjoyed last year.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, we had a great conversation, as you mentioned. It was really interesting hearing him talk about why he's able to incorporate some of these new weapons. And it was kind of interesting. He was talking about the increase in technology nowadays, right? So he can go into a bullpen and he can say, you know what, I need to work on my sweeper. And within one bullpen, he can increase that sweeper use and also the sinker and the changeup as well. And the guys can make the adjustments really quick. And with regards to your question about last year, I think he's saying, look, I need to get used to being back on the mound again, right? He missed almost a year with that Achilles issue. So he's feeling actually pretty good and has been feeling more and more comfortable each time out, Don. And one other thing that he was talking to me about, which I thought was really interesting, he says his body feels better this year than it ever has. And part of that is because of some changes that he's made in his personal wellness routine, where he's got a team that's really tracking his vital organs, like how his blood pressure is and how his body's feeling. He can actually walk 10 steps, guys, put it in an app, and the app will tell him how his body is responding on any given day, so he can monitor whether it's a good day to try to push himself harder in his workouts or whether it's a day where he's got to back off a little bit. He says those subtle changes in terms of his training, because of that additional information he has been huge in his body feeling better. And guys, you both know, if you're not worrying about how your body's feeling on that mound, you got a better chance of being smooth and being successful, and that's what we've seen so far out of Canning in these last couple of outings especially.
Scan, I have to chuckle because first of all, that's really good stuff. It goes to show you how this game has evolved.
Right.
But I'm chuckling because after this pitch, and you'll know exactly what I'm going at. Gone are the days when the starters come, you have a cigarette, you do the crossword puzzle, a cup of coffee, and a donut in the clubhouse.
That was literally how it was, right?
So how many guys in the clubhouse were doing that?
All of them. All of them.
Thank you.
And the guy that I think of the most, as we get a couple of quick outs here in this inning, was Mike Maddox, right? Mike Maddox was the classic guy. He would be sitting in his locker in his underwear with the crossword puzzle and a cup of coffee, and that's how you prepared for the ball games. Yep. That was it. Yeah. It's changed so much, and I think to the benefit of these guys, right? I mean, how much would you have benefited from some of that information, bud?
Absolutely. And last year with the Mets, he was quite the weapon. Griffin Canning, 7-3 record, he had a nice ERA in 76 innings. Just overall, 16 starts, just overall great numbers.
I can still see Tim Wakefield with his cheaters on, the glasses at the end of his nose, legs crossed, and the crossword puzzle right there before it starts. Like, really? What are we doing? Are we going to look at some film maybe? Down to third, Machado fires to first base for out number 3. A 1-2-3 second inning. We come back. Nick Castellanos will lead it off for the Padres.
Imagine you walked out there knowing that would be your first ejection.
Yeah, I mean, that's, typically if you go out on a replay review, you're getting ejected. It took them a while to send me, but, I did what I could. I guess I'm too nice sometimes.
I knew there were no swear words said there, and I knew it was going to be really hard for him to get ejected, but I forgot about the fact that you cannot discuss a play that has been reviewed after it's been reviewed. You step foot onto the field, you are ejected. And I think he wanted to make sure that he was going to come out and do that and argue, and he gave him the chance to at least open his mouth. Yeah. And then he's run. Yeah. But I forgot about that part because that's literally the only way he is going to get run from a game.
Yes.
Base hit here for Castellanos to start things in the third inning.
I sent Craig a text after the game. I said, congratulations, 1 down, 161 to go to tie Bobby Cox. See you tomorrow.
I don't think he's going to get there. I think you're lucky if he gets to 5 ejections.
I know. When you think about it, Don, with the way the game has evolved, there's really not a lot to really get ejected for because challenges, it's review. They talk about it in New York. I'm sure, there are little parts of the game that can still get you ejected, obviously.
Fewer things to argue about because it's been checked out, and they're going to get it right.
Yep.
Some of the arguments this year have been in how long it's taken somebody on the ABS to determine they want to challenge.
Right.
It's too late. Sometimes they don't grant that. Then there's an argument. Like, why didn't you let him? Well, it was too long. Things like that are left to debate. And he's swinging a miss here for Song. It's a start at second base today with Castellanos at first on a single to begin things here in the third inning.
One of the things we like to point out is the differences of pitchers. Well, Littell, he goes from the extreme. We're talking extreme first base side of that pitcher's plate. His cleat, his toe, his shoe is in contact with the furthest point, it looks like.
To center field, Jacob Young back a few steps to haul it in for out number 1 of the third inning. So Castellanos back to first with 1 down in the inning. Here's a look at our Disney Cruise Line cruise cam. And a different look at what is now,
wow.
When we first started coming here, there was nothing out there. Now it is filled up, not quite to San Diego standards, how much the ballpark area has been built up around Petco Park. But there is a lot of stuff out there now. You see condo buildings from really foul pole to foul pole now beyond the fences. There they are. Yep. There are a lot of them out there. But it hasn't changed the way this ballpark plays, I think. Same, I think.
Yeah. I agree. And being selfish, you and I, where we sit up here, we have a beautiful look at the dome of the Capitol.
We did.
Down the left field line.
Now you can see the top.
Yeah.
That's even with us.
We used to see the whole building.
Now we're on the 11th floor here. Have we mentioned it's the highest booth in Major League Baseball?
Yes.
It's difficult to see.
It's always worth mentioning.
Yeah. Okay. Castellanos with his lead at first, held on by Garcia Jr. He's getting a piece is Fermin.
No, see the press box up top? We're at the top.
The very top.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we forgot to put in booths. Let's put them on top of the upper deck. Wow, I can't see. Popped up foul off to the right. Castellanos with that lead at first base with one down here in the third. There goes Castellanos, a swing and a miss, and the throw down there will be not in time. It may have hit him, the throw. Not sure, but a stolen base for Castellanos. Is striking out as Fermin, 2 down. Second strikeout for Littell.
Looked like a pretty good jump right there by Nick, and you talk about stolen bases. It's going to be his second bag of the year.
I guess he just didn't catch it.
Yep.
Came out of the glove. That Padres stolen base presented by Uber Eats. I'll tell you more about it in a moment. Here's Fernando. Padres stolen base presented by Uber Eats. Use code PadresSteal for $10 off your next order, $15 or more. Terms apply while supplies last. See app for details. In the scoring position for Castellanos. And an 0-1 to Fernando.
It's worth another look. The home run, we talked about it in our open. Fernando Tatis Jr. Bring it on. Looked like a fastball in, and yes, he knew it. A sigh of relief, and no cheapie at that. And then you want to see something else fun? Look at the high five line. All of his teammates joining in on the fun.
Well, this series far better than the homestand as far as runners in scoring position go. 4 for 11. Previously 0 for 35 with runners in scoring position. Talk about not getting timely hitting. Castellanos at second, 2 down here in the Padres' third inning. And a grounder up the middle, ranging is Abrams from behind the bag. At second, he throws out Fernando. That will end the inning. 2.5 done from DC. Let's make some pizza. We're scoreless. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Well, Judas back with exciting giveaways like the Bogey Goes Boom bobblehead thanks to Palomar Specialty Insurance on Tuesday, June 9th, and the Padres Western Snapback hat brought to you by Petco on Monday, June 22nd. Visit Padres.com/giveaways for the full lineup.
Donnie, he went boom yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Show everybody if you would, please.
Oh, the Xander Bogaerts.
Here's the bat.
It's just like him. And Bogey Goes Boom on the back.
Then how about the lid, Donnie? Is this a good fishing lid?
It is. A very good fishing lid, actually. Very nice. I like it. It's Western style, correct?
Yeah.
Very nice. The lettering definitely makes a difference.
Look at the font. I love it. Another job well done by the marketing department. Chris Conley, Emily Wittig, and their team. Always doing a great job.
Taylor with a base hit to begin things here in the third inning.
And remember, always makes a great gift.
You're always trying to give them away.
Well, let's take a look here. Up and away, taking it that way. That's a good-looking swing. If you're going to give up the single, that's A-OK. Try to stay away from the slug and keep that double play in order. We've seen a lot of ground balls by the Padres pitchers in this series.
So leadoff single here for Tena. Here is Vivas. And that'll miss for ball one. Second time in 3 innings that the Nats have had the lead runner on. A leadoff walk in the first inning by James Wood, but Luis Garcia Jr. grounded into the 4-6-3 to kind of erase that walk. See if Canning can induce another, and here's a pickoff bid, but Tena back to the bag. First disengagement for Canning. Shoots it foul off to the left out of play. Four-seamer about 94. Falling behind 2-1.
It looked like a high four-seam fastball. Bob Scanlon alluded to it earlier regarding that changeup. They didn't have him change up right here on that 2-1 pitch coming right here. And it was a combio. I like how, you set it up with the fastball upstairs. If they swing in it, great. Foul it back, swing through it even better. If they take it, it still works. Because then you can throw the changeup like he just did there, and he's even in the count.
Two. And a foul tip off of Fermin. A piece of that slider and staying alive.
In and out. That was literally in the pocket. Those are frustrating.
Over to first, and he got him, picked him off. And Tana wants him to challenge. We'll see if they do. But for the moment, the call on the field is out, picked off. And no challenge, he was picked off.
Nice.
That takes care of that leadoff single.
Let's check out the move from Griffin as this throw. It's perfect, and it looks like his foot was Ty's foot was in the right spot. Oh, his foot was on top of the bag. Okay. Good move. Good result, obviously.
Full countdown to Vivas. And a swing and a miss, able to strike him out. So the slider gets him, and that's first strikeout for Griffin Canning.
We've talked about the four-seamer, we've talked about the changeup, and that is a very nice pitch towards the back foot slider. Off balance cut, loses his bat.
Two down here in the third inning for Keibert Ruiz. That's off the umpire's mask, came completely off. Dan Merzel has the plate today for the umpires. So I guess the bat may have gotten him.
Oh, wow.
Yep, bat came completely out of his hands.
That's nasty.
The umpire's coming to check on him. So is the Nationals trainer.
And he's wearing a cap. He's wearing a cap with the mask. A lot of guys, Don, will wear the helmet.
And Bellino, the crew chief.
No, that could have been much worse. I mean, he's lucky. Looks like he's A-OK, good to go.
Both catchers right there with him. As it came out of the hands of Ruiz, hitting the home plate umpire Dan Merzel. 2 down, bases empty here, and a count of 0-1 to Ruiz. The left center and in for a base hit. Merrill plays it on a hop, but a 2-out knock for the number 9 man, Keibert Ruiz.
This looks like a slider. It caught a lot of the plate, outer half of the plate. And rather trying to pull that ball, he stays inside it nicely and delivers that knock the opposite way.
Second hit of this inning and of the outing allowed by Canning. Flips the order over. Here's James Wood, who walked in the first inning. Only 1 walk allowed by Canning. He's also working from the first base side of the rubber.
You know, it's a comfort thing. Depending on what you have in your repertoire, how that would affect where you're standing on the pitcher's plate. A really straight line from Canning into the lefty from where his foot is, like Littell, and then an angle down and in to the righty.
Fifth pitch of this ball game for Canning with 2 down in the inning. Ruiz with a short lead at first. And the pitch in there for a strike. A sweeper for strike 1. Foul tip there by Wood. Chase the changeup to even the count of 2-2.
He has really mixed it up this at bat. Cutter, changeup, sweeper, changeup again to Wood. Canning's pitch is trying to avoid Wood. He wants to swing and miss.
That is strike 3, gets him looking. He knew it. Takes with him a second strikeout for Canning. Through 3, we're without a score from DC. We come back. Gavin Sheets will lead it off. MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free 24/7 confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741. Fourth inning back at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. And as promised, Gavin Sheets leading it off here in the 4th inning for San Diego. Sheets taking the strike, popped out to third base in the first inning. Padres have just 1 hit first time through here against Zach Littell. There's a single to right for Nick Castellanos. Would steal a base and be left at second base. Only base runner to reach so far for the Padres.
Like to see him bust out. Last time Griffin went 6 2/3 deeper into the game. Maybe a little bit more wiggle room so he can go into the 7th again.
Sheets out ahead, fouling it down the right field line into the second deck. But the May coming to its end today.
How about that?
274, 5 homers, 11 runs batted in. Month of May for Gavin.
May is in the rear view mirror. Do you know I still use my knuckles to find out how many days are in the month?
I don't know how to do that. I always get confused. I don't know what to start with. Because if I start with 31, then it could be all wrong. I don't know. I don't know what you start with. Popped up, foul ground. Garcia Jr. Watch that one go into the seats.
You start with your forefinger knuckle.
Okay.
January, and then you go to the valleys, and then up again. January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
Okay,
the raised ones have 31.
Okay, so the first one's 31. That was
so
my
what's
question.
it? May, January, February, March, April, May is raised, so it's 31.
Okay. That's it. Did you just sniff?
I did.
I thought I heard a sniff.
Sorry about knowing the months.
Wow.
Hey, you want to hear about Prize Picks, Donnie? Well, Prize Picks is the official daily fantasy sports partner of the San Diego Padres. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PADRES to get $50 instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
That is strike 3 against Sheets looking. We're seeing fastball. Only at 92. Third strikeout, though, for Littell.
As we mentioned, he does not throw hard, but it's the other pitches setting up that four-seamer right at the knees at 92 for the cold third.
40 pitches deep is Littell. He's got one out here in the 4th inning. Popped up down the right field line. Long run for Wood, and coming from second base. Look out. And making the catch and dropping it. Wow. Tana got there, had it for a moment, and then dropped it. With Garcia Jr. and Wood in the neighborhood. You got 3 Nats.
The juggling act. Contact is made. Oh, in the glove, and then it came back out, and then one more attempt. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating.
Almost caught it 3 times.
Yeah.
But in a results-based business, he did not get the job done.
Yeah.
And gives Manny another chance here. And he's swinging at the first pitch, down in the count 0-1. Sitting on 799 as far as career extra base hits goes for Manny Machado. And a grounder to third to the backhand for Curtis Meade. 2 down. There's 5 in a row now retired by Littell. And 10 of the first 11 retired by Littell. There's Xander Bogaerts. Grounded down to third base in the 2nd inning. 0-for-1. Lined and through the glove of Meade at third. He got some glove on it, but it gets left, and a base hit for Xander Bogaerts.
Well, Bogey didn't go boom, but Bogey hits this ball well on it looks like a two-seamer up. Got on top of it. It's a big league knock.
So 2 down, Bogaerts at first, and it brings up Jackson Merrill. A strikeout victim in the 2nd as they check on Bogaerts right away, and he's back. Here at Nationals Park, not far from where he grew up. 296. Numbers here. And likes hitting here, including a 2-run shot in game 1 of this 3-game series. Down the left field line. Long run for Lyle, and he's not going to get there. It'll land harmlessly in foul ground. He was too far away. Seemed like the ball was in the air a long time, but just too far. The Padres, after the game today, will head to Philadelphia to begin a 3-game series. And well, we got the pitchers for that series. Going to be tough again. They just swept the Padres in San Diego before coming on this trip. Aaron Nola, Christopher Sanchez, and Zach Wheeler, the trio Padres will face in Philly.
Saw 2 of the 3 back in San Diego. And they get Wheeler in this go-around.
On 2 strikes for Merrill. Tell's been in the big league since 2018, broke in at 22 years of age. And the Minnesota Twins initially. Crossing over to get back is Bogaerts.
Well, going into this game for Littell, 15 home runs given up in 53 and a third innings. So
he's not afraid to give up home runs. He
Yeah.
gave up 36 2 years ago.
yeah.
Of course, we saw him coming out of the pen for the Giants. Trying to steal second is Bogaerts, and he's out. Not trying to steal. See if the Padres are going to challenge this as Abrams put the tag on. No challenge. So caught stealing, 2-6 to end the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless after 3.5. No challenge.
/tickets.
Who doesn't love a strikeout, especially when James Wood strikes out, because he's one of the hotter hitters for the Nationals. Let's go back to that last down the 3rd. Canning, the cutter, the changeup, the sweeper. Now there's a lot of pop, right? But he had him guessing something else. Boy, that changeup prior to that pitch really set up this 4-seamer because got him guessing. That's frozen pizza. What a great pitch to a really good hitter, hitting 271 going into this game with the home runs to go with it for James Wood. 15, but there's a punchy in there going into this game. 80 strikeouts. And so far this afternoon, heavy on the 4-seamer. He's mixing in the changeup and slider. And getting a look-see are the other 4 pitches in his toolbox.
Garcia Jr. leading it off. The misfortune of grounding into a 4.63 DP in the 1st inning. 3 for 10 now in the series. Now the bottom 3rd of the order with the hits here against Canning so far. Single for Tena, single for Ruiz. It's falling behind 3-0 to Garcia. And swinging 3-0, drives one to right center field. It is back, and that ball is gone. Home run on a 3-0 pitch for Garcia Jr., his 5th of the year, and the Nationals are on top 1-0. 402 feet on the home run.
Well, that's a little nugget. You got to put your scouting report. 3-0. We are scoreless, not anymore, but in the ball game here, the 4th inning, 3-0. Boy, that is right down the middle. It is a 4-seamer that Griffin Canning wants to at least try to get back in the count. And Garcia Jr. put a charge into that one. Wow.
So 1-0 Nats here in the 4th inning. First blemish really for Canning. For either starter, as Curtis Mead bats now with nobody out here in the 4th inning. Grounded down 3rd baseline, a foul ball. And he was ready in case it was called fair. He's 3 for 6 in the series and came off the bench as part of last night's victory for the Nats. Join the Padres On Deck membership wait list to become a future season ticket member. Enjoy the best access and value on Padres baseball. With memberships currently sold out, this is your chance to secure a spot in line for seats when they become available. Join today at Padres.com/waitlist. Elevates a four-seam fastball to even the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Third strikeout for Canning. First out of the inning.
There's that swing and miss. Talk about the changeup down. How about the four-seamer up? Well, he's late on that one. 94.
Now C.J. Abrams, who grounded out to first base in the second inning. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up shallow center. Out goes Bogaerts, and comes Merrill, and he won't catch it. Ends up behind him, heading for second, and getting in safely is Abrams. The throw hits him. Abrams at second base with a one-out double. And three Padres pursuing Bogaerts, Song, and Merrill. And it falls in between.
On a fly ball like this, always look at the breaks that the outfielders get on this one. And this one just out of the reach of Jackson as three Padres converge. He realizes the ball hits the ground, can't come up with it cleanly, takes second base. And at that time, right when he slid into second base, there was no one covering third, but Abrams stays at second base with a double.
One down here in the fourth inning in scoring position, and here is Lyle. And on the grass at third is Machado. Swings and grounds it on the right side of the infield is Song. A productive out as he is retired 4-3, and on that ground out, Abrams moves over to third base. Young. His walk-up music, Forever Young.
Forever Young. I think is that Alphaville? Or I always get confused from Napoleon Dynamite.
In the spot with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Young has done some damage, and he's got Abrams at third as he takes ball one.
Sorry about nailing that one. Alphaville. You got it on your iPad?
I do.
Leave him stranded.
50th pitch coming up here for Canning of the day. Ball two. Back-to-back sweepers, both missing. When Padres pitchers K9, you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout.
Oof. Yes, he did.
Plate umpire making the call. Not even going to check. By the way, Xander Bogaerts, who was caught to end last inning at second base. First time this season that he has been caught. Last time he was caught was August 16th of last year. So 9 stolen bases for Xander before being caught here today. And at second look, that looked pretty close at second base. Might have gotten that overturned.
Yeah, it did. You know, I'm not down in the clubhouse. I'm not the great Jim McHugh, the replay review guy.
No,
right?
you are not.
Yeah, Jim's the best. And you know what? Time of the game early, right? Scoreless, right? It's one of those where it's if it's really close, do you take that chance? I think it was a good no challenge.
Walk, and it's first and third. We'll see how that last pitch ended up. A little bit low, although it lit up.
Good pitch.
Called the ball, first and third with 2 down. Ruben Diablo's first visit of the game out to the mound. There's pitching coach. Here's a look at our Disney Cruise Line cruise cam. 2 down. C.J. Abrams at third. Take it to Young at first. Run already in on a leadoff solo home run by Luis Garcia Jr. And Tena coming up for the second time. Single to center in the third.
Well, not only do you have to be careful on 3-0 pitches, we saw that earlier with the home run, you have to be careful first pitch right here. You know, Griffin has shown that this afternoon that he can throw the off-speed pitch early in the count for a strike. Tena is looking to hit something hard to get that run home with 2 outs. Let's see what he starts him off with here. Ooh, nice pick. Freddie, work it. Work that glove. This was a slider in the dirt, and Freddie Fermin picking it like a first baseman. That's the CRS. Chalk one up for Freddie. Catcher's run saved.
By him. On a strike, that time on a cutter. The spot just 176 with 2 outs, runners in scoring position for Tena. 3 for 17. Runner goes at first. The pitch is a ball. Throw is to the pitcher and to third. They don't get him. Wow, little trickery right there.
The Little League play almost worked on him. That's great.
Not going to challenge. It was close, though.
You know, it was executed perfectly. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the runner. And C.J. Abrams read that one, and he got back just in time.
I've never seen that in person.
Oh, man, that's a good one. This is cut. You know, if it was a lower throw, it might have gotten him. It was a, and I'm not criticizing Griffin because he had to get rid of it quickly, but I think the perfect throw, he's got to get back. And he's on the bag. But it was executed perfectly.
So second and third on the stolen base. And it's caught foul to the screen. Evans at 2-2 to Tena. Abrams at third now. Young at second. Trying to preserve it as a 1-run deficit right now is Canning and having to work hard. Some stress pitches here in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
It's Abrams at third. Young at second. On the ground to first base, and with it is France. He'll run to the bag for the out that ends the inning. So 2 stranded in scoring position. They do get a run, though. The Nationals take a 1-0 lead. We come back. Jackson Merrill will lead it off.
Yeah.
1-0 Nationals have lead over the Padres. That's the score on our UC San Diego Health scoreboard. May the 31st, wrapping up the month of May, and some pretty impressive Mays this year. NL hitters this month. Very impressive. We saw Kyle Schwarber in person recently. Pages, Marte, Walker, and C.J. Abrams here for these Nationals. Very impressive.
And usually as the summer approaches, it gets heated up. A lot of those guys get even hotter. Some guys traditionally start slow, and as the summer heats up, so do they. So stay tuned.
Jackson Merrill leading it off here for San Diego and taking a strike.
Jackson must have pitched back. That was a crushable pitch. The slider, outer half.
Swings at the 0-2 and carves it foul off to the left out of play. So Littell up over 50 pitches now as well at 51. Looking to his first hitter here of the 5th inning with France and Castellanos to follow.
For Littell, 245 games prior to this start right here. He only started 86 in his career. This is start 87 of his big league career.
To right center field, and that's going to get in for a hit for Jackson Merrill. Got down on the count, and on a 1-2 pitch, singles to right center field. Leadoff single to start the 5th inning.
Battle more, a foul pitch off or two, and then on this pitch, the splitter, he went out and got it. One-handed to the pull side. That dull sound off the end of the bat. Who says you got to square it up every time?
Lead runner on here for the Padres in the 5th inning for Ty France. That's grounding out the shortstop in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. A pretty good month of May himself at 286. 3 home runs in the month. Knocking in 9. Strike called, and hopping up like he was going to fire to first base was Ruiz. The front door open. He's got a pretty good look at it. Was a big secondary lead for Jackson Merrill. To right field, and Wood on the run towards the corner, and Wood will make the running catch. Back to first goes Jackson Merrill. I didn't think he had any shot at that, and Wood gets there. He was slicing away from him, but he makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Well, it's a big kid out there in right field, and as this ball is slicing off the bat of Ty France, James Wood, all 6'6" of him, towards the line, makes the grab.
On 1 out for Castellanos now. Inside out swing, and he sprays it foul in to the Nats dugout on the first base side. Career against the Nationals in 67 games, 311. 14 doubles, a triple, 17 home runs. Over to first, and Merrill back safely. So a disengagement here as Jackson gets his lead again. Pretty good sized lead. Just past the cutout. Castellanos with 17 home runs against the Nats. Tied for the most against a single team. The other team he's got 17 home runs against are the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Merrill's success, 10 for 10. Merrill the single to begin the inning. France flies out to right. Castellanos down on the count, 1-2.
Ooh, pitch out?
Yep, looked like it. Pitchers are not used to doing that, and they're not very good at it these days.
I remember practicing them in the bullpen. You know, you get your workout in. Okay, 2 pitch outs each side.
Swing and a miss as Castellanos goes after a slider and strikes out. 4th strikeout for Zach Littell, 2 down.
That's expanded the zone. Way off the plate.
Two down here in the 5th inning with Merrill at first, and here is Sung Moon Song. Fly down to center in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. In the grass at third is Meade. Over to first, and back safely is Merrill. I've been convinced that he's going to be taken off here. Tell didn't like that baseball. Got it out of play.
You know, I got another lookalike for Littell, and I'm kind of going back. Obscure name, but you'll know him when I mention his name. Do you remember right-handed pitcher for the Expos and the Rockies, Bryn Smith?
Vaguely.
Yeah,
I remember the name.
He had the sweet beard like that, rocking too.
Can't give you credit one way or another. I would need to see a picture. This one has popped up into center field. Jacob Young coming in. Glasses on. As he makes the catch, it ends the inning. Halfway through, the Nats have a 1-0 lead. I think our pizza's ready. Finally. Let's go, Enzo.
Extra sausage.
Padres baseball is presented by Sequan Casino Resort, the official casino partner of the San Diego Padres. By your Toyota dealers, we make it easy. And by Cal Coast Credit Union. Hey, do you have a question that you'd like to ask Don and Mud and have them answered right here on the air? Well, guess what? Here's your chance. Scan the QR code or visit calcoastcu.org/baseball for a chance to have your question read and answered right here on the air. And I got a question for you guys. Actually, it's more directed towards Mud.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we're at the end of the month. I'm looking at some Padres that had good months of May. Fernando Tatis Jr., 296 with his home run, and Jason Adam, 12 games, no runs scored. You know, we always call Reggie Jackson Mr. October. Mud, do you know what your best month of the season was?
I'd probably say December because I wasn't pitching.
That's not in the season.
Oh. You know what? I really don't know, so I'm just going to take a guess. I like pitching when it was hot and humid, so August.
August is your guess?
Yes.
Not a bad guess. Not right, though.
Well,
And
I've got
I'm
1
looking
in 12 or 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah, no. I thought you might have been locked in. I didn't know if you were a stats guy or whatever. But it actually was May. May.
Really?
3.39 in May. There it is. There's your numbers, big man.
Oh, rough June and July. Oh, rough March. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Things just.
There's a lot of 4.5 there. Wow.
I have to say that some of my, this is foul outside of first, some of my best broadcasts take place in the month of May.
So, Donnie, your best
I know
month
you
is
didn't
May?
ask, but I feel like my best month is May.
No, I was going to ask you what your best month was.
Well, I'll tell you why. I mean,
Okay.
spring training, you got to get through the voice problems, and you got to build up your voice for strength purposes.
Okay.
And April's always a little dicey, a little fuzzy. You know, you're moving around a lot. You're not really there yet. May is when I seem to find it.
Find your groove?
Yeah, and I get in there.
Wow.
Broadcasting. So my best broadcasting takes place in May, and I think this year was pretty good. This one is to the left. Castellanos to the left. Now, I won't ask you about your broadcasting. I will ask you about your pitching, though, Scan. What do you think best month?
My best month pitching?
Yeah, yes.
I looked it up because I was curious.
Yep.
And I actually did have 1 month that was under a 4, which was really good. 3.72. There you go.
All
they
right.
got the, yeah. And a lot of 4s and 5s along the way.
Whoa,
So,
5.5 in September.
Hey, that's all right, Scan.
Meaningful baseball. Don't call
well,
Scan.
You know, Donnie, I left it all on the table early in the season. I gave you everything I had.
Hey, keep battling, right-hander. I see ya.
Base hit to right field for Ruiz. He's 2 for 2 from his number 9 spot in the order.
Everybody thinks, oh, you're batting 9th. Yeah, you're not really that important. Well, I say poppycock to that. You're setting up the top of the order. We talk about it all the time. As some managers, you get some good contact guys in the number 1 spot, get on base. Well, Wood, of course, has pop, but get on base, bookends. 1st and 9th in the order. Very, very important.
James Wood 1 for 9 in the series, batting with 1 out, 1 on. Hold off to the left, out of play. Wood to right center field and deep. It is back and it is gone. His 16th home run of the year is a 2-run shot, and the Nats take a 3-0 lead. The home runs, same spot, right center. Chris Garcia Jr. and more recently, James Wood.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, a guy batting leadoff has got some pop. He hit for average. And he squares this one up. It's up, it's away. He gets extended to the pull side.
Wood had been quiet in the series, as we showed you, 1 for 9 and had 15 home runs coming into this series, and now he's just gotten his 16th, and with it the Nationals take a 3-0 lead. Straight foul off to the left by Garcia. He's got the other home run. Next pitch will be 70 for Griffin Canning. On the ground right side, and Song will go to first base for out number 2.
Check out exciting concerts happening at Petco Park, including Ed Sheeran, Field of Dreams, a festival featuring A Slightly Stupid, Fuerza Regida, and more. Explore all upcoming shows by visiting Padres.com/concerts.
Ron Marinaccio is up in the pen right now for the Padres. First action we've seen out there in the pen. Popped up. France in foul ground, battling the sun. Can't see it. And ends up turning away from it. It lands harmlessly in foul ground. Totally losing it in the sun.
Bad break. You know, you look at the shadows. See the shadow, how short it is, right behind Ty France. Using his hand. Totally loses it. Tough break.
All 2 strikes here to Curtis Mead. 0 for 2 for the Nationals third baseman, grounding out to third and striking out swinging. 3 for 7 in the series, though. And off the bench in game 2. Huge foul off the end of the bat, lots of spin.
Mentioned this last time when the Phillies were in town. Curtis Mead traded by the Phillies to the Rays for Christopher Sanchez.
Oh, that's right. I knew I heard his name recently, and I was trying to remember where it was.
Yeah, I mentioned that at home when the Phils were there. And Mead now a Nat, obviously, and we'll be seeing Sanchez again in the city of brotherly love after this 3-game series.
I have to say that at least they have a direction here with the Nationals looking pretty good from what we've seen, especially from the offensive side.
They most certainly do. They've got some pop in the lineup, and we just saw that displayed by Wood. Take a look at their lineup. Relatively young.
To right field, Fernando coming in on the run to make the catch that will end the inning. But the damage has been done. A 2-run home run for James Wood as the Nats on top 3-0.
Nationals have a 3-0 lead over the Padres on the UC San Diego Health scoreboard as Zach Littell goes out for his 6th inning of work, working on a shutout right now. And what's been really impressive is he has used everything in his repertoire to every part of the zone. There you see all the outs, and there you see how he's been able to do it. 5 on the slider, 4 seamers, 4 times. He's used the sweeper, he's used the splitter, he's used the sinker. He's been very impressive. He's had 67% first pitch strikes, guys. And what I've seen is he's used every part of the zone. He's worked up, he's worked down, in, out, back and forth, and as we just noted, using the entire repertoire. This is really a great example of how to mix your stuff up down a mud.
Yeah, this is a different guy than what we saw in San Francisco in 21 and 22. And of course, he was coming out of the pen then.
Totally different approach, right? Coming out of the pen, you got guys on base. Generally, you go with your top 2 or 3 pitches and you stick with it. But as a starter, he's really done a nice job of adjusting and really embraced using all the weapons in his toolbox, as Mud likes to say.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being a starter. I mean, it doesn't have to be an effective pitch. Just to give, when guys can throw a pitch that's maybe 4th or 5th best pitch, just as a look-see, just to give them a different look, doesn't have to be a quality. It could be off the plate for a chase, just to show me. And then you get him with one of your top 2 or 3 pitches, like that 4-seam fastball that Littell has been throwing a lot more this season.
So we saw him in 2021. He had appeared in 63 games out of the Giants' pen. Next year, 39 games, ERA over 5. Went to Boston, Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is really where they made him a starter. And that's the first time that he did start games. 26 appearances, 14 starts, and we got an appeal here. ABS. Powered by T-Mobile. So Fermin correct on the other side of the baseball. A lot of times his challenges come as a catcher. It was a ball, full count, 3-2. And Tampa Bay 22 starts after that. That is ball 4 for Fermin. So leadoff walk for the number 9 man. First walk allowed by Littell.
Don, probably not a surprise that change for Littell took place in Tampa Bay. How many times have we heard of them really doing some unique things with guys and helping them to turn their careers around, just thinking out of the box and using their analytics in different ways than other teams? Kyle
Snyder, the great pitching coach down there in Tampa Bay that Blake Snell gave so much credit to in his career, not just the first Cy Young, but the second one as well. He was a real influence in his life.
Yeah, Zach Littell 13 times when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. He was an opener. They were the first team that started with that opener concept, and he did that 13 times as a Ray.
Off the bat of Fernando, a pop-up into shallow center. Young coming in, glasses on, will make the running catch for the first out of the inning.
Oh, he's going full bore. Immediately stage left coming in. Sharp turn to the left to glove that one.
To avoid contact. Here's Gavin Sheets batting from the 2 spot today. He's popped out to third and struck out looking against Littell. Gavin 2 for 8 in the series. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. .75 pitches for Littell. So he works with 1 out in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, and Sheets down on strike. Second time today that Littell's been able to strike him out, and that's 5 Ks for Littell.
Like Bob Scanlon was just talking about, keeping him off balance and mixing up his pitches. I mean, that sweeper there catches a lot of the plate, outer half. But when you see 4 or 5 different pitches and generally around the plate, yeah, you're going to have some success. He's doing that up to this point.
Manny grounds one with all kinds of spin on it over as Garcia, and quickly to the first base bag is Littell for the out. 5.5 done, 3-0 Nats. Three to nothing. Nationals have lead over the Padres as we venture into the home half of the 6th inning back in Washington, D.C. Here's a look at our Disney Cruise Line cruise cam. New pitcher for the Padres, Griffin Canning, done after 5 innings, charged with the 3 runs. Yuki Matsui taking over here for San Diego.
Hold them at 3. Very, very important if the Padres want to win this series. Take it 2 out of 3. And for Yuki, 8th game, very nice numbers. 14 innings, 14 strikeouts. A little high in the walks, though. But it's a 140 clip off the left-hander Yuki Matsui. And looking at the last 5 times out, 9 1/3 innings, only giving up 1 earned run with 9 strikeouts for Yuki.
Line on Canning today, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3. And leaves on the hook, so unfortunately not getting that first Padres win yet. In his 6th try, coming in at 0-3 individually.
It's hard to win a big league ball game as a starting pitcher.
Especially when your team doesn't score any runs.
Yeah.
Help you out with any kind of offensive support.
Boy, these guys, over the course of their career, winning 300 games, 350 games. My goodness. First of all, longevity comes into play, and playing with a team that gives you some offense so you can have a mistake here or there. But still, it's tough to win one.
C.J. Abrams leading it off here in the 6th inning. And taking a ball to even the count at 1-1. Grounded out to first in the 2nd, doubled to center field in the 4th inning. Foul tip that time into the glove.
Okay, baseball question for you, Donnie.
Okay.
When you see the squiggly W, who do you think of first player come to mind?
Zimmerman.
Really?
Yeah. Because he was the longest tenured, correct? On the ground to second base and an original. Song at second base will throw out Abrams.
Yeah, I'm going to show my age here and go with Frank Howard with the Senators. The Capital Punisher. The Washington Monument.
It's a different franchise, though, right? You got to go back to Montreal with this.
Well,
franchise.
I'm talking just the squiggly W.
You're just talking about Washington in general.
Washington in
gotcha.
general. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I would think of Ted Williams being the manager.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Lyle has flat out to left and grounded out to second base. Although for years in my household, my daughter I would be home for the All-Star break, and she would see the curly W and say, Walgreens has a team.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. But in my house for years, it was the Walgreens team.
Yeah.
You know,
and I stand corrected. It is the curly W. Yeah, you're right. I said squiggly, so I apologize to the Washington Nationals marketing department. But you're right. Walgreens.
Right. I had to talk
when
her out
did they
of
have
it.
a team?
Well, that's the thing. I had to talk her out of it. I said, pitchers for Walgreens, huh? I said, no. That went on for a couple of years.
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Yeah,
I
they're
like
very
that.
young. But
Yeah.
Walgreens won a world championship
they
here in
did.
2019.
Yeah. Great cosmetic section. It's great. Can't beat those prices there.
1-2 pitch to Lyle.
Yes, he did.
And I think he did. Yeah, he did. Home plate umpire says he did. He struck him out. Did Matsui. First strikeout for Yuki. 2 down.
2 quick outs. And for Yuki, a lefty on lefty, that's a big time go. And that was the slider.
Here's Young, who has grounded out to third base, walked, stolen a base. When Padres pitchers K9, you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. You just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. I missed the animal sounds. They're back. Always gets the attention of our animal friends who may be in the living room watching the game. Yes. Knowing that promo was for them. Oh, 2 pitch, too young. Back to Matsui. He's going to run a little bit, flips underhanded in time. Nice job by Matsui. A 1-2-3 6th inning. We head to the 7th. We come back. Xander Bogaerts will be leading it off for the Padres. 3-0 Nationals have lead over the Padres. We venture into the 7th inning. We'll spend your summer with the Padres when the New York Mets and Cincinnati Reds visit Petco Park June 5th through the 10th. Bring your friends and cheer on the Padres in America's #1 ballpark this summer. Visit Padres.com/tickets.
Oh, it's going to be a great time. The Cincinnati Reds, the Metropolitans of New York, June the 5th through the 10th. Padres.com/tickets. That's Padres.com/tickets.
Xander Bogaerts leading it off here in the 7th inning.
Whoa,
Why?
Whoa.
We're going to move that up. Well set now, I think. Bogaerts has grounded out to third, single to left. And we got a challenge. It's a ball. 2-0. Xander was right. Everybody has their challenges. Ball 3-0. 80 pitches now for Littell. You can see them wanting to go with their starters as long as they possibly can with the way the bullpen has been, at least in this series anyway.
Yeah, they're 13th in the NL, 22nd in all of Major League Baseball, the bullpen ERA.
Leadoff walk, and the second walk in the last 2 innings allowed by Littell. They'll bring up Jackson Merrill. There's action in the pen. Orlando Rebalta, who we saw in game 1 of the series, up in the pen. Merrill struck out in the 2nd, single to center in the 5th. As one of the 3 Padres hits, and is bunting towards third. Meade will barehand and fire, and it'll be late. Beating it out is Jackson Merrill. Bunt base hit for Jackson. And just like that, you got the tying run coming to the plate.
Not a bad idea. And it's the execution. You see where the third baseman, Meade, is playing. Speed of Jackson Merrill. Oh, yeah, he can scoot. He can smell it. And he's safe.
Conference of the mound here. Simon Matthews, the pitching coach, wraps up his meeting and heads off back to the dugout here after a walk and a bunt base hit. First and second, nobody out for the Padres in the 7th, and you get Ty France coming up, representing the tying run. This is where the Padres do their damage. Runners in scoring position, average 7th inning or later at 282. Line to left field, and that is in for a hit. From second base comes Bogaerts. He will score. Merrill to third base. The RBI double for Ty France has the Padres on the board. And the tying run now in scoring position with nobody out.
Ty France wasting no time. It's the third time around. It's the sinker down and in. And Ty drops the head. Well, when you can get some action early, take advantage of that walk, you get a run, still with nobody out, multiple hits in this inning. You're looking good. It looks like that might be it.
Oh, it's got to be it. Second visit from a coach or manager, and the manager takes him out this time. Second and third with a run in. It's 3-1 Nats. Padres making some noise in the seventh.
See if Rinvoq is right for you.
3-1 Nationals have the lead, but the Padres have the tying run in scoring position with nobody out. You got Nick Castellanos coming up. The pitcher, Orlando Rebalta.
Your daily dose of Rebalta enters the game right here with the Padres threatening. And Rebalta pitched yesterday. His opposing hitters hitting 184. .95 whip. Not a lot of action in 13 2/3. 10 strikeouts. And he has yet to give up a home run.
Inheriting the runners at second and third. A run already in the inning. Castellanos 1 for 2. Single to right in the third inning. Struck out in the fifth.
You can almost smell that first pitch slider. Not even close. And Nick getting ahead. Especially those two runners in scoring position.
It's 1 for 4 against him in the past with a double. Scoring a couple runs.
Let's see if he consistently tries to keep the ball away from Castellanos. There's another breaking ball.
Catcher challenge.
That wasn't even close.
Two and 0. First challenge lost today either side.
Take advantage of that. Hitters count. See if he gets the heater.
Merrill at third, France at second, nobody out. Castellanos to center field as Young gets himself set. Will make the catch. Tag at third is Merrill. Throw will go to third where France will tag up, and he moves over, and it's a one-run game. Sac fly for Nick Castellanos.
Baseball, baseball, working the count in his favor. And he gets a sinker, a fastball, lofts it to the outfield. And as soon as that ball is up, Ty France moves up 90 feet. And the Padres trail by 1.
Infield in all the way around now. Tying run at third base. And here is Song, who takes ball 1. So the first 2 runs charged to Littell, still responsible for France, who's at third base. They tried to get a 7th inning out of Littell, and it just did not work out. This one is foul back. Most blown lead losses. The Nationals third in that category, tied with the Blue Jays and Royals. In the dirt, blocked by Ruiz. Ty France 90 feet away.
I immediately, with that runner on third base, go to the wild pitch category. And for Rebalta, he has yet to throw a wild pitch this season. Now would be a good time for the first one.
2-2. Slider that time. The Song. Infield in all the way around for the Nats. With 1 out here and a runner at third. The tying run at that for San Diego. Full count. Freddie Fermin waiting on deck for the Padres here in the 7th. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. 3-2.
Trying to loft something or hit something hard with that infield in. Just a little game of pepper right here.
Another foul. The battle continues. Another fastball, too, at 97.
Mixing it up. He's got the hard stuff at 96. A little bit of a wrinkle there, and then kind of pumping the brakes on the changeup. Trying to sneak the cheese by him with that last pitch at 97.
Ball 4, and he walks him. So went to the changeup. And the first walk allowed by Revolta puts runners at first and third with one away, and then it'll bring up Fermin. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here, and Duhar coming off the bench to pinch hit. So Duhar for Fermin. A tying run at third base. Go ahead, run at first in a meeting at the mound.
Perfect scenario for Andujar. We know what he can do with that bat. It was the perfect opportunity.
Especially with just one out here, a sac fly would do to at least tie the game. A guy who can lift. To 65 homers, 17 runs batted in for Andujar. Ball 1. Outfield about straight away on Andujar. Strike called, and it's 1-1. Approach has been one of patience for the most part here against Revolta. Reaches out, pops it up foul, off to the right, out of play for strike 2.
Off balance cut there, kind of waving at that last pitch. That was the slider off the plate.
It's a third, Song at first with one out here in the Padres' 7th inning. Runner goes at first, and a foul off to the right as Song was off. And a pretty good jump, but a foul ball.
Let's watch the jump. The high leg kick there. Scooting, got to go back. Really good jump over there at first.
He's leaning again. There he goes again. And another foul. It's a third, Song at first. He's tried to steal a couple times, but a few have been fouled off. Tying run 90 feet away, and Ty France at third. Song crossed the diamond at first. And another 1-2 count here to Andujar. Runner goes again, and a check swing. That's strike 3, and the throw to second is in time. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. And we got a challenge from Andujar in the strikeout part of things. And it was a strike. So overturned. Padres will lose the challenge. And that turns into a strike him out, throw him out, double play. That is huge and leaves the tying run at third base for the Padres. You do get 2 runs. And look at the strikeout portion of that. And then he went off the bag. He actually beat the throw, but comes off when the tag is still on him. And was safe at this point until coming off. And the tag is there. So we will keep it right here for God Bless America.
Governor.
Sundays at Petco Park are perfect for families. Arrive early for Kids Fest in Gallagher Square, presented by Nuna, featuring inflatables, face painters, and more. On select Sundays, the fun continues after the game with Kids Run the Bases, presented by Chick-fil-A. Join the festivities at Padres.com/KidsFest.
Make me a bicycle clown.
Last of the 7th inning. The Nationals have a 3-2 lead. Padres get 2 back. And Jeremiah Estrada takes over for San Diego.
And over 19 outings prior to this one. He's not allowed an earned run in 16 of those. He's got a 1-run deficit. It's time to hold the deficit. As Jeremiah Estrada, the right-hander, toes the slab. 20th game, 2.79 ERA, 19 1/3, more punch-outs than innings pitched. 167 opponent's average. There's that splitty.
And an off-balance cut from Tena. Leads it off 1 for 2, a single in the 3rd, grounded out to first in the 4th inning. Two for 6 in the series is Tena. Starts yesterday and today after coming off the bench in game 1 of the series. So Yuki Matsui worked 1 inning, a 1-2-3 6th inning, 2 groundouts and a strikeout for Yuki. In relief of Griffin Canning, who gave up the 3 runs that the Nats have. They're currently on the hook at the moment. That is ball 4. And a leadoff walk to begin things in the bottom of the 7th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Leadoff walk starts things here in the home half of the 7th. Now here's Vivas. Vivas today striking out in the 3rd, swinging, flying out to left field in the 5th inning. In the dirt, 2-0, missing with the splitter. Whoa! Will it ever stop?
Nice stop by Duran behind the plate. That ball in the dirt, in the splitter. It's like a tilt-a-whirl.
Just kept going. 2-1 pitch. Three and one now to Vivas. Morejon up in the Padres pen.
Fastball down and away right here.
On the ground at right side into right field, a base hit. As Tena will take second base on the single by Vivas, and the first two have reached here against Estrada in the seventh.
It was a four-seamer. It was down. Jeremiah Estrada got his ground ball, but sometimes they just find the hole. Vivas finds the hole to the right side. Station to station here. Still double play in order. Nobody out.
Rand, who just took over behind the dish, headed out there. He's going to be joined by the pitching coach, Ruben Niebla.
Well, always talking about tendencies and scouting reports. One thing you look at is first pitch in play. Not bad numbers for Ruiz. 273 first pitch put in play with a homer. Manny is in on the grass at third, anticipating possibly a bunt. Number 9 guy.
No luck for Ruiz in the past against Estrada. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He's had a good day today, though. The Nats catcher has singled to center, singled to right, and scored a run, and is squaring to bunt, but pops it up foul. And second. Vivas at first. Nobody out here in the Nats' seventh inning. Squaring again. They're ready at the corners. Crashing. This one is cut off by France. Goes to third. They get the force out there over to first. It is late.
What a great play.
Cut down the lead runner, though.
What in the Keith Hernandez is going on with Ty France? My goodness. This is a great play. Anticipating the bunt. Charging from first base. Getting the force, nice. You don't get it on the back end, but that's a big out there. Bird's eye view, backhand pick, fire a strike to the force. Very nice, Ty France.
That's going to do it for Jeremiah Estrada. As Craig Stammen headed out there. He faces 3 hitters. Trying to do the best they can to keep this a 1-run deficit at the moment. Pitching change from Washington, D.C. Nats have a 3-2 lead. Time now for our drives of the game, powered by Snapdragon. Luis Garcia Jr. in the 4th inning with a solo shot to right center field. Get ready for the same area. But this one's a 2-run shot for James Wood, his 16th of the year. And again, right center field. That made it 3-0 at the time. Padres have gotten 2 back. It's a 1-run game. Runners at first and second for the Nats, and Wood coming up. Adrian Morejon into the game.
Well, it's crunch time for the left-hander, inheriting a couple of runners. Big time pop at the plate. 27th game for Adrian. He's lowering that ERA. 35 strikeouts in 29 1/3. Lefty's hitting 146 off the lefty, Morejon.
Wood with a big cut, 99 from Morejon. Chaparro has come out on deck here now for the Nats. He would bat for Garcia Jr. On the ground foul outside of third, down by the tarp area. For 4 against Morejon with a strikeout. Got a piece and off the glove of Duran. Vivas at second base, Ruiz at first. And off the fingers, the top of that glove.
Yeah, that'll bend the fingers back. That's
hurt.
That hurts.
Two on, one away. And a 1-2 to Wood. Did he go? No, he did not. They check with Derek Thomas, third base umpire.
Well, with the pop, with the slug, there is some swing and miss in there. We saw it earlier in the third inning, looking at a four-seam fastball from Canning. A punch out here would be nice.
Wood kind of golfs at it, foul. It's up at the end of the Nats dugout. Nats are housed in the first base side at Nationals Park. Fouled over by the on deck circle, and the battle continues.
Well, what's been twirling up there? Sliders, sinkers, four-seamers. Upper 90s.
2-2 again. And this one's to third base. Machado to second for one. On to first. It is late. They do get the runner at second, though, in Ruiz. 5-4 on the force out there.
Well, James Wood, for a big kid, he can scoot a little bit. There's the old 2-6 play, and he beats it out on the back end.
So Andres Chaparro to pinch hit. Luis Garcia Jr. who homered earlier. They go with Chaparro, though, in a big spot as he'll take strike one. No home runs, 3 runs batted in, a 150 average in just 11 games with the Nats so far this year. Chaparro down the line at third. It's a fair ball. Run will score as Wood is headed for third. It'll be an RBI pinch hit double for Chaparro and a 4-2 lead for the Nationals. What a big pinch hit double that is.
Not easy coming off the bench in the pinch hit role. But right there, that pitch, that's a changeup that's down and in. It speeds him as bad as just past the bag. And Manny gives it the old college try. He's laying out, can't come up with it with the leather. And the Nats adding on.
Bunny is charged to Jeremiah Estrada. Up and away, almost threw it away. 1-1. That time for Morejon. Wood at third, Chaparro at second base, and 2 down in the inning. To right field, sending Fernando back, battling the sun in right, will make the catch. That will end the inning. But another run, an insurance run for the Nats on top 4-2.
Taking care of our own.
Well, tomorrow an off day for the Padres in Philadelphia as they begin a 3 series on Tuesday. Randy Vasquez, 11 starts, 5-3, 3.28 ERA. Matched up against Aaron Nola, who we just saw, 11 starts, 3-4, a 5.72 earned run average, 330. Get you started with the Padres and Phillies in the first of 3 from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. So it is on to the 8th inning. Malta back out there again. Top of the Padres order with Fernando to lead it off. Now trailing by 2 runs. Pops it up left side. Abrams drifting to the short lawn in left, battling the sun and making the catch for out number 1. Chaparro, after pinch hitting, coming up with a big RBI double, takes over at first base, and coming into the game is Nunez at second base.
Yeah, Chaparro, he definitely didn't come up short on that. That's a big time hit off the bench.
There's Gavin Sheets, an 0 for 3 day today so far. Bunting at it, and bunting for strike 1. Two for 9 is Gavin Sheets in the series. In the air, foul off to left, out of play. Missed with a changeup. Malta coming into the game facing 3 hitters in the 7th inning. Starts the 8th as the first out of the 8th. Full count now, 3-2. Patel charged with the 2 runs that the Padres have. He went 6+, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Pitcher of record right now. And a foul back below us. Action in the pen. He got Beater and Lovelady both up. Swing and a miss, and Gavin Sheets strikes out for the 3rd time today. The 2nd strikeout for Ribalta, and there are 2 outs here in the 8th.
And Ribalta looks like goes with the slider here. Yep. That ball that pitch kind of backs up on him a little bit off the plate for the swing and miss.
So 2 down in the 8th inning for Manny Machado. And he 0 for 3 today is grounded out to short, to third, and to first. And is now 3 for 11 in the series. Jason Adam up in the Padres pen. In there for strike 2 on a slider. Healthy diet of sliders right now from Ribalta. Machado to center field. Jacob Young going back onto the warning track and makes the catch in front of the wall. Back by the 402 marker, one of the deepest parts of the yard. And Machado is the third out of the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. Washington on top 4-2, and Manny comes up just a little bit short.
.com/tickets.
Padres baseball is presented by Tavo Pets, pet protection reimagined. Visit Tavo Pets at our Solana Beach showroom. By Chili's Big Crispy 3 for Me, the best $10.99 you can eat. And by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card, earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. Some great monuments around Washington, D.C., not far from here, from Nationals Park. The Washington Monument.
Beautiful.
Jason Adam into the game here in the 8th.
High leverage guy trailing by 2. Plain and simple on this one. Hold the Nationals at 4. As Jason Adam, the veteran right-hander, enters his 22nd game. And the numbers are spectacular. In 19 frames. Whip, even 1. There's a lot of sliders. Got the good changeup. He's got it all.
C.J. Abrams leading it off. He doubled back in the 4th inning. One of the 8 hits the Nats have in this game. Sends one foul off to the left out of play. One of the few relievers who elects to take the bullpen cart that is available here. That's old school right there.
I love that. They need more of that in Major League Baseball.
You would take it every time,
Absolutely,
right?
I would.
Yeah, run out of a lot of
Wave
gas.
into the crowd.
Running in. This one has popped up foul off to the left out of play.
Yeah, I'd like to have candy in my pocket, like tossing candy to the crowd. Like
Coming in, like waving like you're on a parade or something.
Yeah.
We're all here for you. The king arrives. I'm into the game to give up a lot of runs. 1-2 pitch is lined into right center field, a base hit for C.J. Abrams. Second hit of the day for Abrams.
A couple of days ago when Jason was out there against the same Nationals, third of an inning, a couple of hits. There's a single there. Last 5 times out, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Last 5 times out for the right-hander.
Over to first and diving back to the outfield side was Abrams. Hold on over there by Ty France. Lyle today 0 for 3. And 1 for 12 now in this series. It comes to its conclusion today. $4,050 on hand today, 24,050. Lyle pokes it foul again. Two and two.
Tough to double up. He's got speed, especially hitting from the left side.
It's a fly ball out to right center field where Merrill moves back. Sunglasses on. Will make the catch for the first out of the 8th inning. Back to first goes Abrams. I think the AB, but Lyle ends up flying out for the first out here at the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Jacob Young.
Young has grounded into 3 double plays this season.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yep.
He's going to bunt or try to, and he fouls it back to the screen. Grounded down to third in the 2nd. Walk, stole a base in the 4th inning. We're grounding back to the mound in the 6th. Over to first, slinging it over there and back safely is Abrams. Sweeper for a strike to make it 0-2. Head to the bottom of the 9th inning, or I should say the top of the 9th inning. Xander Bogaerts, Jackson Merrill, Ty France. Clayton Beater, who finished out yesterday's game up in the pen, looks like going to give him another chance for another save. Pretty good job today by Rebalta coming into the game and facing 6 batters.
Yeah, they got some length out of him, huh?
Yes. Evens up at 2-2. Abrams a leadoff single at first base with 1 out here in the last of the 8th. Runner goes, and a fly ball headed to left center field. Merrill will make the catch, and back to first goes Abrams with now 2 down in the inning. So after the single, a couple of flyouts to Jackson Merrill, 1 in right center, 1 in left center. And there are now 2 outs in the 8th. Here's Tana, who has singled, grounded out, and walked. Strike 2. Good changeup.
Jason's really got the good repertoire of pitches going back and forth each side of the plate, dicing and slicing with that slider down away to the righties, the changeup down and in. Plus, don't forget about that sinker of his as well.
Over to first again, and back safely is Abrams.
He goes from down under with that throw to first base.
Yeah.
He slings that thing.
I don't remember seeing that before.
Yeah.
That's got to be new, right?
I would think, it looks new to me too, yeah.
Going over there again.
Yep.
Certainly much quicker over there to first base like this.
Yeah.
Second disengagement now, and now they expect Abrams to be taken off here at this kind of speed. Big lead. Not going. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the inning. We are headed to the 9th inning. 4-2 Nats. When we come back, Xander Bogaerts will lead it off.
Order now on Uber Eats.
Well, let's go back to the Padres' 7th inning. In the top half, they scored 2 runs, and they've got a threat going on right here. But there's the strikeout on the changeup looking. There's the throw 'em out on the back end. Padres were hoping for a big hit to try to add on to those 2 runs. Not going to happen. So let's go to the bottom half of the 7th with the Nationals. Morejón off the bench. Andres Chaparro, the double down the line. The pinch hit. RBI double, making it 4-2 Nationals. That's where we stand right now as we go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Padres. Hoping to make some noise. Here's Don Orsillo.
Well, a lot of guys with a lot of different saves totals here for this Nationals team. And second straight day, they're going to try to use Clayton Beeter in that role.
Yeah, Alvarez, Beeter. You've got Lovelady down there. You've got Parker. There it is.
Here it is.
Yeah. Everybody's getting into the act.
So Beeter will try it again. He is again used, and here is Bogaerts taking strike 1.
That is truly closer by committee.
Yes, like a large committee.
Yeah.
Bogaerts today aboard twice after grounding out in the 2nd inning. Singled to left in the 4th, walked and scored in the 7th. And it's 2 for 9 in the series.
We got a true Padre fan sitting behind home plate right there. Look at him. He loves the Padres.
Missing with the slider pretty badly. 2-2. On the ground, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Bogaerts leads it off here in the 9th inning. Ball 3. The slider's all over the place.
He kind of casted that one.
On the ground towards third base. Meade on the run and in time to get Bogaerts for the first out of the 9th inning. And we have Jackson Merrill.
Loop and a blast.
3 for 10 now in the series as Merrill's had a 2-hit day today, including a bunt single his last time up. Also has single to center. Peter wants a new baseball, gets one. Yeah, Rebalta worked the 7th and 8th innings. Ended up being crucial getting out of that 7th inning, and then a 1-2-3-8. Another slider, another miss, and it's 2-0. And on the grass at third is Meade in case he entertains any thoughts of bunting again. And a ground ball by that brought in third baseman. A base hit into left field for Jackson Merrill, 3rd hit of the day.
That's when the kid is swinging the good bat. Going the other way. You know, he'll foul some pitches off over the third base dugout. But this pitch here, it's a 4-seam fastball. Take it that way. That's nice. Well, there's your bloop.
Let's see what Ty France can do. There's the tying run at the plate right now for San Diego. France with a double his last time up to drive in a run. 4 for 9 now in the series for Ty France. Takes the strike, and the count evens at 1-1.
Well, it's a good series for Ty, but it can make it even better. How about the Padres lead Major League Baseball 4 wins when trailing entering the 9th inning this season? Ooh.
Merrill at first with 1 out in the 9th inning. Bat goes flying as the ball fouled off. And bat ends up at the backstop.
I'll bet you he goes to the on-deck circle and gets some sticky stuff. Oh, he's not. Okay. Take another look. Oh, yeah, that was one of those where we're trying to reach for it, right? It just loses the grip.
Lead at first for Merrill. 1 out in the inning and a 2-2 to Ty France. Foul back. Pretty good rip at the 95. Two pitch to Ty France. There goes Merrill as France will take a strike. Throw down there is he's out.
Wow.
That's the ball game.
Wow.
Strike him out, throw him out. As it turns out, Merrill couldn't stay on the bag. He had it stolen.
Again, strike him out, throw him out. Wow.
So France goes looking. That's for starters. And then we'll see this back end. No challenge. Ball game is over.
Wow, what a way to end the game. Beater with the breaking ball, that's a strike. There's the throw him out, and once again the oven mitt really hard to stay on that bag. Jackson tries to get back. He clearly beats the throw, but his momentum past the bag.
Oh, way past.
And got him.
Never got back.
Wow, what a way to end a ball game.
Never got back, and the Nationals win this one 4-2. And you know what? They win the series as well, winning the last 2 games of the series. Final from Washington, D.C. Nationals 4, Padres 2. Thank you for watching Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. For Mark Grant and Bob Scanlon, I'm Don Orsillo. Now stay tuned for the Padres postgame show.